So this is at the back of the house. There's the house, outbuildings. I've been trying to make this into a wild flower meadow. As you can see, I've got a few trees. Covered it in wild seeds last year. All that happened was grass grow. So started trimming it all down. Not too short at the moment. Make sure there's no hedgehogs are out in there. Then I'll get all that off. I'll get it cut right down. Then we're going to try again for next year. What I'll do is I'll just keep cutting it, get it really short, and I'll probably cover it in more wildflower seeds. Probably April, May time. And we've had no fruit on these trees yet, they're still quite young. We've got apples, pears, cherries. I think there's a plum tree in there. Keep them small though. And hopefully we'll have this covered in wildflowers next year. But over here, this is all jobs I need to get sorted for September. Carrots growing in there, Altridge freezer. This one's last year's. I left in to go to seed. I've been collecting the seeds. So there's thousands of seed pods there. This is a bed that I did nothing with. Put some tomatoes in there. Caught blight. So I'll get all this ripped out hopefully this month, get it cleared, emptied. But there's a few flowers in there. A few foxgloves. Got a little baby loop in there. Some other plants I'll get out and then get it all cleared, get it weed free. Bish bash bosh, fingers crossed, it'll be beautiful. This is just my little fence. I mean to extend it. That's amazing when it's all in flower. There's all wildflowers in there. That actually does grow. If you're thinking, well, there's a barrow there. Yep. We'll sort that out. There's a silver birch growing here. And I'm going to dig it out and replant it somewhere else. But this was a good bed this year. Started clearing it now. Apart from that, that's what happens when you don't pull your plants up. But look, got another foxglove growing there. We'll add some massive carrots out of here. Loads of beetroot. Onions, spring onions. More beetroot. Masses of beetroot in there. That all needs clearing. We'll get it blanched, we'll get it frozen. Nasturtiums growing at the back. Didn't even plant them. Don't know where they've come from, but never mind. Keeps the caterpillars busy, doesn't it? So this is all what I need to do for September. Get all that cleared. Get all tidied up. I've already got onion sets in here. And some garlic over there. Only just planted them, so they haven't started doing out yet. I need to get them up a bit. And whatever's pulling them out. There's always something pulling them out. That's what happens when you live on a farm. So yeah, once they start growing, you can see a bit of green. Oh, there's a bit of green on that one. That one's on its side for some reason. I'll probably give them a blanch of grass cuttings, just a thin layer. You don't want them too thick because grass, you pile it on thick, it gets very wet and moist and it'll just rot them. So a thin layer, it'll just feed them a bit, feed the soil. I'll probably sprinkle them with wood ash as well, because we have got a log burner, so that'll be going on soon. It's starting to get chilly. So we'll get some wood ash on. Wood ash is good for them. Only wood ash, not plastic ash and stuff like that. Oh, your best mate Ash, he can go on, he's good for them. Only I'd bury him. He wants to go a few feet down so the roots can feed off him. I'm just joking. Anyway, yeah, so we'll get a thin layer of ash around it and some grass clippings. And these paths here, I just keep pulling the stones out, flinging the stones in, and that way in winter it won't be all muddy. I'm only doing up to the edge there. Keep this grass, even though it's a nightmare to cut. Same with that other little one. So they're my little sleeper beds. And that one's done amazing. This one did alright. Had onions in. Got some alright onions out of them. This This was my arch. Never quite went to plan. Only just put in, but I got a little raised planter there, but that was a rush job, not there. As you can see, where the raised planter was, did much better. So I've got little pumpkins. I think they only stayed little this year. I think they never got enough water. We was having a red hot year. Shark fin melons did good. That thing just got put up there to scare birds away, don't worry about that. Yeah, shark fin melons. But didn't research before we grew them. Now we've done a bit of research, apparently they taste like rubbish. Compost heap. Well, I'm a bit of a lazy composter. Yeah, just put someone's horse came up the track and pooed all over the track, so I cleaned that up, chucked that in. There's some house rubbish. Them bags are meant to rot down. Composting bags. Bit of grass clipping, bit of tomato plants, all sorts. But I think what I'll do over winter for next year, I might buy a cheap chipper. Because as you can see, I just chuck them in whole. They rot down faster if they're chipped or broke up. I mean, I can chuck them on the floor and go over them with the lawnmower, but I really can't be bothered. I just don't have time. Yeah, as you can see, my pots. Yep, what a mess. Yeah, hopefully next year I'll have different varieties of pumpkins, cucumbers hanging down, melons. Yeah, I always say next year. The polytunnel. Well, it just needs clearing now. Winter's coming. I need this clear to put all my tender plants in. These are all my peppers and chilies. I don't think I'll be getting much more fruit off them, to be fair. Oh, there's a chilli there. I missed that one. I've took most of them in the house, but there's the odd one you missed, a little pepper just in there. But as you see, this cucumber plant I did not plant. I think what it was, I'd had a tray, cucumber seeds in, nothing happened, chucked it onto the side there. Obviously it's been warm, started growing. I've ended up with cucumber plants here. Not bothered getting cucumbers off them. Oh, yeah, plenty of cucumbers off them. Nice little ones. There. I think the small varieties are better because we don't eat a lot of cucumber. So yeah, you get. But time is running out for them. So I think I'll be just cutting everything that doesn't have a cucumber on. I'll be cutting off, getting rid. Bit like the pumpkin plants outside. They are getting rid now. Because I'll have to bring all my tender plants in. Bougainvillea or whatever. Yeah. Did nothing. And towards the end of the year it started growing back. That's another tender plant. But I might take it inside and make it into a house plant and just bring it out in the summer. There's some grapevines, took cuttings off, they actually look like they've made it. Little Sweet William seeds, oh they were amazing last year. They should, fingers crossed, come back this year. They're around the back of the garden. There's another little chilies there, a couple of chilies I've missed. Lemon tree, that I nearly killed. These can all go out now, I've not even been put water in them. There's nothing on them, so they won't do nothing. I mean, there's flowers on them, but they don't have enough time to do out. So they'll just get, all the compost will get whacked off them into these side beds. I'm going to give this a mulch. The neighbour's got some chickens. And I fling the grass clippings in there for bedding. So I'm sure he won't mind me cleaning it all out. And I'll give that a mulch. And it'll break down over winter, hopefully. And then next year, it'll have loads of energy in. I just need to get this all weeded. I'll probably start bringing some of my tender plants in. I've got some tree ferns that I've got in pots. They are best in the ground and protected, but where I've got them is concrete underground. So I'm not hacking up the concrete to plant them. And it's very, as we're open, We're just surrounded by fields. It gets very windy here, and it's a cold wind. Not like if I was in a town centre somewhere. So anyway, these are all jobs that need doing this month, September. There's some onions just drying out. Yeah, all this will get cleared, my herbs. All this will get cut down, composted, all the leaves. I mean, there's no else even coming on them, so... I mean, we haven't even tried them shark fin melons yet, God help us. These are some potatoes that came out the house, and I was like, well, I don't want to plant them in the ground, I just want to clear the ground. So I chucked them in these bags. Some of them are grown. We'll see how they do. If they do really well, I might do it next year. Beetroot. This is completely covered in weeds. My bad. Yeah, caterpillars are in. I went on holiday, came back, the place was covered in caterpillars. There's a broccoli. They need cutting off. I can see bits of yellow on them. Some cabbages. My corn on the cob did absolutely rubbish this year. But that tree there is getting a little trim. I like trees, I don't want to cut it right back, but these outer side branches will be getting a little trim. Got potatoes over there, rhubarb there. That rhubarb I might move to the far side. All my raspberry plants there. But what I'll do is I'll clear this area, and I'm going to, instead of putting stuff on the compost heap, I'll just pile it on here. Grass clippings, leaves, any green matter, wood ash. I'll put a tarpaulin on it so it doesn't blow away, and then I'll just let the worms take it down and make the soil good. So yeah, look, loads of tomato plants there. I never even planted tomato plants there. They'll be coming out the compost. But as for these shark fin melons, well, they're absolutely massive. They're amazing, the mint. Anyway, over this way now to the bar. I want to tidy all this up. Keep saying this every year, like, but you know, all this needs weeding, cluttering. There's another silver birch. There's a dog. I'm going to plant that other silver birch here, because I've got that main one there, here somewhere. And it's going to be like an avenue of silver birch. So obviously wisteria here, flowered for the first time last year. That stupid dog, back, sit off. Got the fig here, never had any figs off it. And you come round. Yeah, you come round here. You got a little rose there. Trying to hide all this bar. You got a hop here. Love this hop. Doesn't do much most of the year, but then April comes and you just see the shoots coming out, and then there's all the hops on it. I give them away, like, I don't use them. Yep, never mind. Then you got all these grapes. This grapevine, love it. Trying to get it to cover all of this. Well, sometimes we come out here and eat in summer. It's a bit cool now. It's hard to see all them grapes. But you've got bunches and bunches of grapes. Not sure what I'll do with them, but never mind. Yep, the bar. So in winter these get fed. I know that sounds strange, you feed plants in summer, but I get the chicken poo, put it in a bucket of water, let it soak, and I water them. You think, why does he do it in winter when you're meant to do it in summer? They all get this. Because I don't want to be sat out here in summer smelling chicken poo, flies everywhere. So I feed them in winter, barbecue area. And look at these roses. These get a good feed. These need cutting back. Probably do that the end of winter. I don't know. Some might need cutting back early if they're going to snap in the wind. But yeah, loads of roses on it. Clematis there. Never does anything. Needs cutting back. Look, the wisteria's proper wrapping itself round there, like. Trying to get it to grow all the way around. Just trying to hide the bar. Anyway, some bamboos here. It's our little cinema room. But anyway, the cactus garden, these will all have to go in. Some nettles there, but I'll get all this hammered once I get these cactuses in the polytunnel. But they say, put eggshells down, it'll stop slugs. Now there's slug trails all over that cactus, so you can't tell me spiky finger stop slugs. But I need these to all dry out for winter now. Butterfly bush. But yeah, this is my little, what we're making into a tropical area. We just started this year. So we've got your yucca, cordyline, that's in a pot, that one. Banana, not long got that, that'll have to go away. Another fig. Got your rice in this. I was hoping to get seeds off these. You got your trachys. It's done well, this one. Another, ow, that's sharp. Another cordyline. Got little palms. Japonica. Another japonica in a pot, that one. Because this whole area underneath here is just rubbish. Like, you look at the lawn, but this was like, we've got a photo of it, and it's like shanty town. You're cutting the grass and there's lumps of concrete everywhere. There's just bits of concrete in the lawn. Typical farm. Little orange tree there. Now I've got my bananas, oh, that's been getting hammered. Now a lot of people dry store these, but I'm scared to, because every time I try and dry store something, I kill it. So I'll probably just put them in the polytron and see what they do. But they need to dry out. But so people dry store them. Another little banana there. Cut all the leaves off, rattle all the soil off them, turn them upside down to dry, and let all the moisture run out of them. And then, I'm not sure if they wrap them in newspaper and put them in the attic or in a shed, but you can see there's water. I don't know if you can see it. There's water in there. That needs to all come out. So I might just put them in the polytunnel, tip them on the side. It might be alright. We've still got some sun. That polytunnel still gets quite hot during the day. These all going to seed now. But yeah, big plans for this. It's not quite jungly, but I'm building like a frame there. Gonna get one of them grapevines that I took a cutting from and try and grow it up that corner and right along there, just along the top for some foliage. But some more rice in this here. I think there's some seeds on there. Fingers crossed, I do like collecting seeds. You see all the pods there. Fingers crossed. And I need to get lots of cuttings off this. That one didn't make it. It's alright, it was a cheap one from the supermarket. But that one's got new growth. I'm not quite sure. I want to protect it somehow. I'm not quite sure how. I mean, I know they're hardy. But when you've got wind coming and cold and ice coming from every direction, I wouldn't be so hardy either. This is a hot tub. Yeah, we never use that. So yeah, the plan is get the allotment area covered, get the grapevine trimmed up September. The buddleia, that needs a good cut back. It's a shame, but one day it'll probably need to come out because it's growing near the garage. Need more ferns in here. So get all the tender plants, collect all these seeds. Snapdragons, all full of seeds for next year. And then get the place nice and neat, tidy all this weeded. Bish bash bosh, and that's September for you. Figure out what I'm going to plant in there next year because this year just looked rubbish. Hopefully these bamboos will be bigger. Yeah, so that's September. Better get cracking.